Hey folks, Evil DM here. I am reviving another series on my channel, the DC Heroes Let's Talk, Let's Learn, Let's Play DC Heroes. Coming back with another video here for you, but I shouldn't say another video. To start the things off, I wanted to talk a little bit about Batman the role-playing game. Now, this is a game that is a self-standing, standalone type game that you can purchase rather cheap. This came out in this around the summer of '89 when the Tim Burton's Batman movie came out. And it's supposed to be focusing on just Gotham and Batman and low-level superheroes and street-level stuff. So this book is perfect if you really want to dive into the system of DC Heroes but can't afford to pick up the second edition, the third edition, or the first edition box sets. The third edition isn't a box set, it's just a book. But it's in case you can't afford to pick those things up. This generally runs from anywhere from 99 cents to about 20 bucks on eBay. Amazon, you can get it for around $7 to $10. I wouldn't pay any more than $10 for this book. You can always set up an alert on eBay, and it'll let you know when someone posts these things up for a cheaper price. With that said, again, don't pay any more than $10 for this because that's about how much it's really worth, and people are just jacking up prices. Anyway, so this book is generally focusing on second edition rules. A lot of people, including myself, have named this 1.5 edition, only for the simple fact that this book cuts down on a lot of stuff that's in 2E. It has a limited number of skills, it has a limited number of powers, and it has a limited number of advantages. The gadget rules are also different here compared to second edition and third edition, and are drastically different from first edition. For example, in this book, we can see that it focuses on Batman, and here's the chart, the benchmarks. It gives you a simple benchmark here for everything that you need to know. This is a chart you'll be referencing quite a bit when you're playing your games, and it's a little bit, I would say it's almost the same thing as the other editions, but this is a little more simplified for you. Now, it gives you a whole scenario how to do Batman versus the Joker and things like that. But what I really wanted to show you, and the AP charts are exactly the same. They just stop at 24 as opposed to going all the way up to 50. And I think some of them go up to higher than that on the other editions. I don't have them in front of me at the moment. But the results table, same thing. So this, again, this is meant for low level. Think Arrow TV show on the CW with a bit of the Flash added in there for the little bit of powers. And that's it. You'll have superheroes in here that generally, they say generally in this book, they're telling you that people who have powers are usually made gadget-wise. So they're kind of like Batman-type characters or Arrow-type characters, or Green Arrow, I should say, type characters. One thing, it also has a solo adventure you can go through as Batman, prowling around the night trying to take care of the baddies, which is, you know, a good little choose-your-own-adventure type thing, but with dice just determining. I think like those Jackson adventures back in the day. Goes over combat, which is slightly, it has the same things as normal 2E combat, but it's a little bit chopped down to be a little bit easier. It's more quickens things up, I think, at least. But we'll get into all this as I explore this book in later editions of this, because I wanted to go over this book and just show you exactly how wonderful this book actually can be. And a lot of people just kind of write it off as crap. Well, I wouldn't say crap, they just write it off as bleh, worthless. But it has all the skills and everything. It has all the powers. Well, for the most part, it has a good amount of powers in here. But again, they encourage you to make them gadget-wise. And the gadget rule in this is very simple, and I found it better because it just cuts it down and tones it down to, I guess, easiness is the word you want to say it. But for a character creation, 450 hero points, and I'm trying to get to the page for it. This is basically it. This is the reference chart you have. Here's all the powers that you have. Here's all the skills that you have. See, it's drastically cut down. The skills have sub-skills. So they narrowed it down to these amount of skills, these advantages, and these drawbacks. That's all you have when you're playing this game. When you're designing a character, this is the chart you're going to be referencing the most. This is it right here, the AP purchase chart. There's no factor cost, there's no nothing, there's just APs. Buy it straight across. There's some little things here or there that tell you what you need to do if you want to up it a different way or down it, but you have to read that, and I'll get into that later on. But this is basically, you're going to be working off this page for quite a bit when you're creating characters. And it goes on to tell you more of creating more powerful or less powerful, creating villains, and this is actually an excellent source book. And as far as people in the book, it basically focuses on Batman and his Bat family, and it also focuses on some of his villains. You won't see too many other people in here. You can bring them in if you want to use 2E things to bring into this. You're going to have to do a little substituting with some of the things, some of the powers. As far as the stat wise, in this block right here, it pretty much adds up unless there's an additional advantage that 2E has. So it's real easy to go to your 2E box set, rip a couple things out of there that you want to bring into this edition, and it really will work well. So I have no problem with that. But again, it's up to you as the GM. And the villains are all basically Batman type villains. You really won't see anything else than that. You won't see a Superman in here. You won't see a Wonder Woman here. Though you could bring them in, but their power level compared to these characters and these villains are pretty much going to be a lot more high powered. And then you have some Gotham City. You get a little breakdown of it with a map of Gotham City. If you don't have the DC Atlas, which you probably should, if you don't, at least you have the Gotham map here to play your adventures in. And it goes through a whole little adventure in the back of the book that you can give to your players, as well as another whole way how to create adventures in Gotham City. So I highly suggest you're picking up this book when you see it. Don't discount it. It's actually a chopped down version of 2E, and it's excellent, and I really highly recommend it. So with that said, we're going to say up, and away, and we'll be back for another video later on. Good night, folks.